Welcome to the University of Pitching. Thanks to those of you that submitted such great questions on our last changeup video. I want to address a few of the questions and just kind of give you a little bit more information about how to throw the changeup. We're going to roll with the four-seam changeup grip that I mentioned in our last video. As I said before, your ring finger and your middle finger simply sit right over the top of the baseball, and it's important for these two fingers to stay behind the ball as you throw this pitch. Now, your index finger falls to the inside of the baseball here, and some coaches will only show you one way of closing this circle off, and I don't believe that closing this circle off is necessary all the time. It's a little bit more difficult to throw this pitch for some people if the circle's completely closed. So if that's not comfortable for you, feel free to make it what I call a C changeup, where you don't close the circle off and you just let this index finger lay on the side of the baseball. Now, one of the questions we got was, do I need to stiffen my wrist a little bit when I throw the changeup? And the answer is no. Keep in mind that you want this pitch to be believable. You want to sell it as a fastball. And if you stiffen up or change your arm action at all, then you're going to tell that hitter something other than a fastball is coming. So it's very important that when your hands break, you allow your arm action to stay nice and loose. Keep your wrist loose and keep your arm nice and loose, and it all starts right when your hands come apart. So just let your throwing hand fall right out of the glove when you break your hands. Okay? I've gotten questions also about what to do with the circle. You'll hear from some coaches that it makes the most sense to throw the circle at the hitter, and when you reach a certain level of pitching, this makes sense. But a lot of my young pitchers, and when I say young, I mean 14 and under, throwing the circle doesn't make sense because most of those guys don't have the experience and the command to be able to throw the pitch in such a different way. So when I coach this pitch to young players, I've had a lot of players with success with this changeup. I coach them to stay behind the baseball just like on their fastball. So when you throw your fastball, you don't want your fingers to fall around the outside of the ball, and you don't necessarily want to try and turn the ball over too much unless you've got more experience. All right? The same applies when you throw your changeup. You don't necessarily want to throw the C as a young player because that's extremely difficult to do. It takes a lot of skill. So for now, if you're just learning this pitch, stay behind the ball. Let these two fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger, stay behind the ball when you throw it. One other problem that I've seen a lot lately with players, and I got this question, was what happens if the ball has a dot on it, like I'm throwing at my curveball? And that's a very common thing that I see. I see players whose hands fall around the outside of the ball. So you might be trying to throw your changeup and throw this C, but you may end up letting your fingers slip around the outside of the ball. We're going to post another video about how to prevent you from cutting the baseball when you don't intend to. There's a mechanical reason this happens, but for now, just know that it's very important for you to try and stay behind the changeup as best you can, and the further out you reach, the more you're going to naturally turn to the inside, back inside corner of that baseball, and you'll naturally get that fade and downward action that you're looking for. So again, stay behind the changeup as best you can. I mentioned this in the last changeup video, but it's very important for you to soften your changeup grip. You can actually have multiple speeds of your changeup. You might have a changeup grip where it's actually a firmer grip, kind of like when you throw your fastball, and you can also have a slower speed where you soften that grip and you will see the baseball slow down. Thanks for the questions. Please keep them coming. You can also visit University of Pitching for more information on any number of subjects. If you have something that you'd like to see from us, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below and let us know what you're most interested in hearing about. Wish you continued success. Take care.